Video Music Box continues with one of the hottest lady rappers on the music scene. Here's Roxanne Shante and Roxanne's Revenge.
And you know it's true. Let me tell you and explain them all to you. I met this dude with the name of a hat. I didn't even walk away, I didn't give him no rap. But then he got real mad and he got a little tired. If he worked for me, you know he would be fired. He wears a Kango and that is cute, but he ain't got the money and he ain't got the loot. And every time that I see him, he's always a begging. And all the other girls that he's always trying to leg it. Every time that I see him, he says around. You see, compared to me this week, compared to mine, every time that I know that I am saying something fresher. In any category, I'm considered the best. And every time that I say it, there ain't nothing less. And everybody knows I will win the contest. And after that came the educated rapper. His fingers start to snap and my hands start to clap. But every time that I see him, everything he says, he rockin' to the beat and he comes this way. He said, yeah, you know your mother's, her name is Mary. And from what I heard, your father is a fairy. But every time I see him, he's saying something new. But let me explain to him what he should do. He should be like me, a fine MC. Don't never have to bite, will always write. I have the freshest rhymes that I do recite. And after that, and you know it's true. But let me tell you something else about the doctor too. He ain't really cute and he ain't great. He don't even know how to operate. He came up to me with some crabbish rap. But let me tell you something, don't you know it was whack. So when he came up to me, I told him to step back. He said, you call yourself an MC? I said, this is true. He said, explain to me really what MCs must do. Better listen very close, cause I don't say this every day. My name is Roxanne, and they call me Shante. But every time that I say a rhyme, I just like a disser. It ain't nothing you MCs when I miss it. So Kango, if you think you're cute, you think it's alright. That's why you said it in a language so y'all wouldn't have to bite. You started talking big Latin, didn't make no sense. You thought you was cute, yeah, you thought you was a prince. You're walking down the block cause I'm the one you're gonna clock. And everybody knows that you're all on my yacht. I'm just a devastating, always rocking, always have the fly that's pocket. Everybody knows it's me, the R-O-X-A-N-N-E. Everyone knows I am fresh in any category. Better every time I start to write it, everyone is to somebody. Every time I do it, yeah, you know it is a mirror. I get on the beat as you can see. So the UTFO crew, you know what you can do. Let me tell y'all one for me and then I'll tell y'all one for you. And every time you say a rhyme, just like a disser, it ain't nothing that I don't wanna miss her. And if you think it's right and I bite in your beat, well then you just better know and listen to me. Because my name is Roxanne and I came to say I rock it to the beat and I do it this way. I'm conceited, never beat it, never heard of the feeder. I rock it to the beat and you know it is a meter. The R-O-X-A-N-N-E. And if you wanna play a little game for me, let me show you what you can do, baby. Cause with a twist of my cheek and a twist of my wrist, I have all the guys dropping down like this. Yeah, I am fly, and you must admit, but everybody knows I don't go for it. So if you're trying to be cute and you're trying to be fine, you need to cut it out cause it's all in your mind. Trying to be like me, yeah, it is very hard to think you're a god, but you do Elon. Trying to be cute and you're trying to be fly. Don't you know you wish you could be my guy so I could take you home, make you relax. And everybody knows that you're out there trying to text like core on the car. You're always trying to rob. You need to be out there looking for a job. Yeah, you're trying to meet and talk about Roxanne, but let me let you know you're not a real man. Cause a Roxanne needs a man, and yes, someone fresh who always dressed. Someone, yes, who will never fess. And then I'll say, yeah, forget the rest. You gotta be cute and you're trying to be fly, but all you wanna be is Roxanne's guy. Because I turned you down without a frown. Embarrassed you in front of your friends, make you look like a clown. And all you do is get real mad. And you talk about me and make me look bad. But everybody knows how the story goes. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts or suppose. No coke up your nose, no dope in your veins. And then it won't cause no kind of pain. But yet and still, you're trying to be fly. I ask you a question, I wanna know why. Why'd you have to make a record about me? The R-O-X-A-N-N-E.
Hey. Oh, goodness. You have to be above the age of probably 40 or 35 to know that song. Hey, it's High Priestess Jamila, y'all. I am laying here resting. Oh, it's been a crazy past couple of days, man. It's been crazy, and I thought I would come on here and kind of talk a little bit about some things uh as far as being a healer. It's one of the three main hats that I wear, and it can absolutely be a trip, especially when I've got self-healing to do and maybe possibly two or three people that I'm healing. People just don't know. People can be ignorant, and a lot of that stuff be time sensitive. So today kind of is like a little rest day. Wednesday is typically a rest day for me, and it's because it's Wednesday. And I'm cooking that viral. Well, I'm making a big pot of spaghetti tonight, right? Well, I'm gonna take some of it. I'm gonna take a little small portion of it and make the viral spaghetti with the cornbread poured on top. But my other spaghetti gonna have like the cheese popping and stuff like that, different cheeses. But I wanted to try the that spaghetti with the cornbread on top. And everybody wasn't necessarily interested in it. They was like, can you just make the cornbread separate? I'm like, I'm just gonna make a little small thing of, just to try it because it's some kind of viral thing. I love doing stuff like that. Hey, happy Wednesday, Stefan. How are you? I'm feeling a little detached from my body. The past couple of days has been a trip. I wanted to come and talk about the discipline that not only I have been getting taught, but then the discipline of others and how people will be dealt with that are trying to overload my senses. People that are trying to overload my senses, abuse me, use me. Please don't try to channel my energy. Please don't try to astral travel to me. Please don't try to spiritually attack me. Please. Oh my goddess. You will get disciplined immediately. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what somebody done told you. It's just the reality of it. Thank you, Stefan. How you doing, sweetie? So, it's doing a healing. And sometimes healing people can really, really, really drain me a whole lot. And spirit don't like when I'm doing something that is private, right? Because this is private information. These are things that I don't have to discuss publicly. In fact, it's so controversial um, that I don't talk about it because there are some witches that absolutely do not believe in spiritual healing. And I'm subscribed to some of them, and I don't hate them because of their beliefs or their experiences, because everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have hatred for people that have different beliefs. That's the stupidest. Because if you hate somebody for not believing in what you believe in, then apparently your beliefs are not that strong. You know what I'm saying? Apparently your beliefs don't have a lot of validity. And that can actually be a very good thing for you to believe something, but it not to be true. Sometimes that can be a good thing because you never know what surprise that God has around the corner for you, as far as when it comes to miracles in life. So sometimes having limited beliefs is not a good thing. Okay. Not, well, some people need to have limited beliefs because some people be going off their rocker. But past couple of days, I've been doing some healing work, and the work is gonna manifest. It it always does. It's gonna manifest. But the thing of it is that it's been other outside energies that have nothing to do with me, that have to do with entertainment, or people that are into or in the entertainment business. I am not an entertainer. I can be entertaining. That's a part of my normal personality. That's literally like people ask anybody in my family. People wanted me around just because I was always outspoken. I was always the one to tell the jokes. But when it comes to spirituality, witchcraft, healing, shamanism, it's not a joke. It's not entertainment. And so many people, for some reason, believe that. And then some of them will even think that laughter is going to cure everything, and it doesn't. It doesn't. I can promise you that as an authentic healer, I have been through hell healing people. I have been in pain healing people. I have had to cry for days. I remember years ago, before I moved to Kansas, I was living in Kansas City in this house off of it's like 52nd and Truth's Midtown. I said Truth's Midtown area, and I just all of a sudden started going through this metamorphosis, and I was doing a lot of research on little babies that were like murdered and tortured. And I sat and cried for over a week. I sat and cried. And I realized that when I cry, it heals. And so a lot of those spirits of those little babies and stuff, I was healing. And I was healing myself because it was so heartbreaking. I was down on my knees begging God, please just stop suffering of the children. And uh, boy, that was 13 years ago. And I was in a lot of emotional pain and suffering because I didn't like, it just got to me. It just got to me. And, thank God I was on housing assistance because I wouldn't have been able to get away, not now. A week crying, can't do that. Can't do that. We're gonna have to speed that up. If I'm gonna cry about anything, it's gotta be just for a few minutes, and that's gotta be sufficient for real. But it now that was before I actually um took my destined path of healing, and it's totally different. And but sometimes when I heal people, they go through a lot, especially the feeling separated from the body. That I hate that. Like I've been grounding myself all day, Drinking coffee actually grounds me. May not ground y'all. Coffee kind of has an analgesic effect on me depending on what I'm dealing with. That's why sometimes when I have trouble sleeping or insomnia, I'll just get up and drink coffee and it'll help relax me, which a lot of people, they wouldn't have that experience. Depends on your body chemistry. But, it can really, really, you know, my spirits, they believe they accept and they deal with the fact that healers, especially these days, have to deal with spiritual warfare and defense also. And it's unfair because we should just be healing people. And a lot of the people that attack me will bring up Jesus, but that's what Jesus did. Jesus healed people. Jesus was murdered because of his healing abilities. So why would you attack me? I don't, like, Jesus wasn't even Christian. Jesus was Jewish. Oh my God, it's a trip. So yesterday, oh my God, I'm not gonna show you. I had a lot of strenuous work that I had to get done. It was just like, and the whole time I just felt partially descended from my body. And the reason why is because at that time that I'm healing somebody, I'm working with these energies that I'm in contact with. So I'm fragmented at that moment, when because I do work with Pluto and Chiron a lot. Uh, mm, I work with Pluto and especially the Pluto's moon Chiron a lot, but Neptune a lot, a lot. And it's certain things that I have to have. I have to have chocolate. I have to have milk. There's essentials. And Spirit been really wanting to get me at the lake. It's not because I just, hey, I'm successful, I want a lake house. No, no. That's essential for my rest and recuperation. And so oftentimes I'll look at like I'm get I'm gonna order me another lake tapestry because I had that in my old house, and it really really helps until I actually get to the lake. It really really helps, and I should live there. I shouldn't just vacation there. It's somewhere where people like me should live, at the lake. Okay. And I'm a water sign, and the lake is very healing, which I'm so happy to be back in Kansas City, Missouri, because when I get to the lake here, I'll have the winter lake scene, which is beautiful, gorgeous. But it's that's up in there. I ain't even gonna talk about it, as far as like, you know, where we're going from here. But, because that's my personal business again. People have got to respect. But people, that's respect. You know how they say common sense is not common? Respect is not common these days at all. Like people, that's just like, people will call me crazy because I'm a healer. And I don't let it bother me, but it just goes to show the ignorance of people these days. How is that crazy to believe in God's power? But then they'll claim that they are of God, but they don't actually believe in God's power and the powers of the herbs and the wisdom and the roots and things of that nature that God created for us. The very same herbs and roots that actually produce aspirin, like certain herbs and roots, like there's one in particular. I can't think of it. They make aspirin out of it. The pharmaceutical companies, they make these drugs, some of them, not all of them, out of actual healing herbs and stuff. And so anyway, like, I don't have time to debate. Like, I'd rather spend my time with my loved ones. I don't I and you know what? That's why when I was in school, even though I dropped out when I was 16, when I was in school, I never wanted to do like the debate club and things of that nature. Like, I literally kept to myself. I don't want to debate and argue with. I don't like arguing with people. As soon as like, I can argue with people. I can defeat an enemy just like that. Okay. That's not nothing to brag about though. That's not nothing to brag about. I don't give a damn about that. True power is healing and manifesting. Understanding Earth's frequency. Understanding when the Earth needs healing and what the Earth needs healing. How do we heal the Earth? Because if we don't heal the Earth, replenish the Earth. That's why a lot of us pagans, we get very excited at the first blooms of spring, because that's letting you know that's Earth's renewal. It's traumatizing being subjected to, not people that are ignorant to that. It's that, because some people just don't pay attention, but it's people that are malignant when it comes to planet Earth, her abundance, her miracles, and to be attacked because you believe in and you understand those miracles. And it's frustrating when people look at magic as evil. That is traumatizing and frustrating. It is very traumatizing and frustrating. So that's why I've been getting disciplined, and I've been learning discipline. And it's important, especially right now with the changes that we're going through on the earth, because magic and miracles is important, not just science. And if we let magic die, we in trouble. We in trouble if we let magic die. I'm not talking about black magic and curses, a curse and a fear, and we know all about that. We all know all about fear and loathing and curses and the bad stuff, but what do people truly know about the miracles and the wonder of magic? That, that's power to me. To me, that's power. because that's what we're relying upon. That's what we're relying upon. Everything still, even if it's a medication from the doctor, the medication requires magic to work, which is that spark, that divinity. It still requires that. This is what so many people refuse to accept or understand. So, you know, and this is what the witches are here to educate about. But if we stay stuck on entertainment, which, I do agree that there are evil witches that exist, but they have their purpose. And when it comes to evil witches, why are they evil? Why do witches do what is perceived to be evil? Is it a necessary evil? Most of the time it is. Okay. If you praying on somebody, that can be connected to nature, but not really when it comes to humans. That's what separates us from animals. I talk about that all the time. But I will tell you that, boy, I got to tell you that, let me tell you something. We are just in a smorgasbord of it all, lost in space and time, y'all. Because some of us were actual animals in previous lifetimes. I honestly can say that I know that for several of my lifetimes, I was a wolf. In some of those lifetimes, as a wolf, I served witches. So I don't understand why people try to separate the wolf from the witch so much. Wolves are not evil. I don't understand these. I don't get it, but whatever. Whatever. It's certain things like wolf. The wolf animal totem is one of the most powerful animal totems of at least my tribe, because wolves are connected to, I guess, the shamans and stuff. And so that's kind of like my deal. So it can be traumatizing, but and at the same time it's just like you got to deal with that trauma. We got to deal with the ignorance, and at the same time dealing with time sensitive things related to healing. And so I can tell y'all one thing. My super duper charged spiritual spray tea sprays have been helping me out a lot. And I'm a probably later on tonight I'm gonna make a new recipe, or either I'm gonna use a recipe, because I really did enjoy that honeysuckle and lavender was really good. So, and I've got my herbs, my mixes that are charged and stuff ready to go for my teas and everything. So, and I've got orders to fill because clients have been purchasing the tea sprays. So those are really, really good. And it just, so I'm gonna give you guys an example. The panic that was created surrounding the medical industry. There's this girl on, well, not girl. Well, I'll call her a girl. Ain't no wrong with being called girl. There's this girl on TikTok that I follow, and she's a lesbian, and she's a very passionate um, advocate, political advocate. Her name is Alexis Rose, right? And she was on her channel. She was talking about, because she's a nurse also. So she was talking about like some of the pitfalls that of the current political agenda and the effects that it's having on healthcare, right? So basically, I was looking at her the other day because she had some weird things happen with her passport, because she is like a very big vlogger, like very well known. And I was thinking to myself, this girl needs to put up some real powerful protection around herself. She's got to already have, on some level, some protection, but I worry for her because you know, yeah, you got to be careful out here because we're dealing with extreme energies coming off of Neptune, the moon, and Pluto. Those extreme energies are causing people to be murdered because they have a difference of opinion. People can't just agree to disagree these days. They can't just agree to disagree. They can't do it. So, and then among other things, the predators that are within the spiritual warfare. So it's kind of like really a lot. It's a lot. And if you out here and you're a healer, a sage, or a shaman, and then especially if you're black, Native American, and if you got nappy hair like what I got, people just don't respect you, because it black people barely respect each other, and they don't understand that it doesn't matter what race you are or your hair texture or your color, but colorism, again, all of the isms, notice how they all playing out extremely. They're all of the isms are playing out extremely. And it just like, ooh. So people are gonna start getting disciplined for that big time. Like it's literally like it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot of other stuff going on that's being distracted from. For example, those of you, when it comes to your love life, your person has been getting afflicted possibly for at least the past 2 to 10 years. So they thought of everything. Whoever it is that is the partner, your twin flame, if you believe in that, your significant other, the love of your life, has been getting attacked even years before y'all met. So they came to you already broken and they need to be healed. So it's a lot. It's a lot to pay attention to. And it's really difficult because the chaos is louder than what's real. The chaos is, it doesn't, and they want to make it look like as though, well, that's only for you black whores, because they called us black whores. All those people are going to be getting disciplined, because I'm definitely not a whore. I don't play that mess. If I didn't meet the love of my life, I would be celibate right now. And I'm definitely not celibate, definitely. And then they'll say, well, they'll try to set standards. Well, if you're a healer and you're sanctified and you're a high priestess, you're not supposed to have sex. What? I'm not supposed to have sex with the love of my life? Get out of here. all them, all of them they gonna all get disciplined. This started last year. Oh, y'all, last year was so nice. I was dealing with some stuff during Christmas, but that was like a growing process. You know what I'm saying? It was so amazing. Some stuff that um actually he is my twin flame now that I think about it. My significant other is my twin flame. That is just so weird. It just dawned on me. Anyway, but we're not with the I'm gonna tell you something. Authentic twin flames, they don't send you through hell like that. Like, they don't hurt you. That unless you have an ego, unless your ego is unless you got a super inflated false ego, then they could hurt you. But you know, since we've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? And then I have a soulmate that I had to deal with, and he's doing fine in life. I'm glad he's doing fine in life. But, you know, my twin flame, we have a deep romantic connection. And so, anywho, y'all got to understand that you got to pay attention, and you need to accept everything that sounds too good to be true. Anything that sounds, I'm talking about spiritually, anything that sounds too good to be true, embrace it. Embrace it because it's the truth. Anything that sounds good, because we've been listening to a bunch of shit that don't sound good at all. It just sounds like diarrhea of the mouth. It don't sound good at all. That's not toxic positivity. That's thinking outside of the box that your brain has been put in while it gets fed on. So, anywho, that's pretty much it, man. I kind of wanted to come and cry and vent a little bit about this healing work that I'm doing. It feels good, but I just kind of feel like I don't even need to smoke no weed or nothing. Because y'all know I live in a legal state. I can smoke weed whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? And not have to worry about nothing. Because it's legal for recreational use, you know, not just medicinal. I ain't even had no weed because I've been going through this healing work that I'm doing for somebody important. And it was being a psychic was one of my first gifts. That a medium, yep, a psychic medium, yep. Kind of was born that way, man. And I hate to see that evil eye, and then I'm very telepathic. Oh my god. Hey, Spark 283, hello. I'm so telepathic, y'all. I can hear a pin drop from around across the world. I think it's my least favorite spiritual gifts, but spirit has been disciplining people that just be chanting my name. Oh God, please stop saying my name. Oh, goodness gracious, cuz it ain't, you know how they say, okay, Now in social media, this does not apply for anybody like me, not for spiritual people. But they say that all buzz is good buzz. No, it's not. Not somebody like me. No, that's not my path. Negativity, no. That's why Spirit wants me to go ahead and start putting up my testimonials again from clients and stuff. Because I was working client work while I was dealing with homelessness in Georgia last year. Oh, and Spirit did not like that. God didn't like that. My main God, which is Aries, the god of Mars. That's who you dealing with. You can't pray him away. You can't pray Aries away. He is unrelenting. And you can't win. But he got me out of that situation and helped me through that. In fact, it was all his strength that got me through that, for real. And I thank God for my ancestors and spirit guides that led me the right way. They don't even want nobody talking about it, even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna discipline folk. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's a way of discrediting me. Well, unless you're trying to discredit God in the universe, that ain't gonna happen. So I don't even be worrying about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I worry about you all sometimes and what you believe in. What do you believe in? And not about believing in me. Fuck that. Believe in the gods. Don't believe, I want you to believe that I'm a liaison. I'm a messenger. I'm definitely blessed by the gods, but don't necessarily, it ain't that, but it's how it can afflict you, your belief, and how it can affect you, and the disastrous effects that it could have on you. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hey, Jacob, Jake, can you get your brother, tell him to get the groceries? Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I'm about to go. I got some pecan pies and some cookies and stuff like that. I'm gonna have me some of that with some milk, and then I'm gonna get started on dinner because it's already 5:30, and I meant to start cooking dinner at about 3. But spaghetti don't really take that long to cook, so And then also my oldest son is like my sous chef, so he really helps me by chopping up my onion and garlic. So I'm about to go down here and cook. And I will be seeing y'all later. I wanted to get into cooking fats and stuff and some information that I found out. I'll get into it in another live stream that I do because I want to talk to you guys about the benefits of cooking with lard versus vegetable oil shortening, which is made from vegetable, which not good. Cooking with lard. Lard is a superfood. Beef tallow, olive oil, butter. And there is another cooking fat that I saw on the Townsends. And I'll have to go back and look at it. It's some kind of fat that they get off of the animal, and it's fat that they used during the 18th century. And you guys remember back then people was living longer. And these days people hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm coming down. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check and make sure we got everything. So I'll come talk to y'all about that later. Okay. Anyway, have a good one. Blessings to y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, follow, and share. Share me. Don't be stingy. I know a lot of people don't like to share me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to come out of that. It's top flight security of the world, Craig. I'll see y'all later. All right. Peace and love to you guys. All right. Bye bye. Hit the back button instead of closing out the live.